Hello, it's Christmas Day and we have not got any Christmas crackers, which are very traditional in Britain. In America you might think they're something else. They're not crackers that you eat. They're like novelty firecrackery things that don't explode in your face generally if they're made properly, but they have a toy and a really terrible joke and a paper hat. Now we don't have any of those, so I'm going to have to make my own paper hat, and I'm also going to make some napkin decorations because we didn't get any fancy napkins. They're paper napkins because we also don't have any cloth napkins. So this is sort of Christmas on a budget. I'm going to do this paper napkin first. So I did these when I was a waitress many years ago and I'd forgotten how to do them. But I was faced with doing them and I thought, how do you do them? So, right, you definitely you just open them up like that. And trying to do it one-handed is the thing here. So you make them so they are a sort of concertina sort of fan effect here, just like that. Don't worry if it's not too tidy because it's Christmas anyway. So you put them in half like that. And sort of put along the crease here. Now swap them around. Go like, whoopsie, like that here. Whoopsie. Doesn't really matter if that's not straight. It probably will be more straight if you're using both hands. I probably needed a tripod. And then you can just sort of prop it up there. There. So that's a beautiful decoration. Look at it. Isn't it amazing? It will look lovely on the table setting. So that's my very sophisticated napkin done. Now for the paper hats. I'm looking very red. I think it's because it's Christmas and I've already had some Christmas liqueur. Let's call it that. So yes, halfway through Christmas. By the time you see this, it'll be over. You won't need it anymore. But it'll be very useful for New Year's Day or just probably nothing. It might be useful one day. Who knows? Making the paper hats might be a bit harder because I've never made this before and I'm just guessing. But I've got some sugar paper and some tape and some scissors. So what I'm going to do, one-handed again, is cut through here. Cut in half very roughly. I would advise using both hands for this. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It's just Christmas, isn't it? Okay. So then fold both pieces over. I'll just do it with one. Just, you know, so that you can see how it is. Now, what I am going to do, I think, is cut. Yes, so I mean, you could, if you wanted to, sort of do it so that it's zigzaggy here. So there's two ways of doing them, I think. One is just to cut into it like this. And then up again. And then down again. And then keep going. Oh, isn't it looking so beautiful? Oh, the sophistication. I think in the war years in Britain, people used to make them with newspapers, old newspapers. And I think in this country, the sort of newspapers that you get, the best thing to do with them is to use them to make hats and not to read them. Oh, that's my battery running down, so I've only got a couple of seconds to do this. Anyway, you get the picture. Now this is not going to be wide enough really, so I'm going to have to, this is terrible, isn't it? Alright, so I'm just going to go like that. Now, that's not going to be big enough for one head. So what I can do, probably needs to be even. That's why it needs to be even really. So if you just tape them here. So I'm going to get some tape, one-handed tape. I probably should have done this before. Now, it's always trying to find the tape that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah! Trying to find the tape. Oh, no! So, I've got the end there. Hooray! So now I can make the amazing, wonderful, best hat in the world ever. So I'm going to cut it so it's not too big. There. I'm going to have to make some more off screen, just so that you know that I've definitely done this. So I am going to stick that with another piece of tape. If I can find the tape. Oh no. Tape! I can see it. Here it is. Tape, tape, tape. Find the tape. Tape, tape. Tape! So look! Yeah! Look at this amazing hat. This is as good as anything that you'll find inside a cracker. And actually, that's a true story. So, it worked! I taped it together. It's all good. And I've got some more left over to make some more. I cut some more here so that you can see they, yeah, so I can make loads more. I can make infinite amounts of these, so many. And also look at my table setting. Isn't it beautiful? Yay, look at that. So pretty. Hooray! Happy Christmas!